Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. And what we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, emotional, and mental health paradigm. We do that as often as we possibly can. We do that usually multiple times per week, and we do that for your benefit in a meaningful manner, hopefully. And so we try to do that as often as we can so that the world becomes a better place by result and by default. If you're looking for ways to get to a place within yourself where you begin to understand your own value, or if you're dealing with somebody in this situation that has kind of ways that they want the world to come about for them, but they're dealing with depression, or you think you might be dealing with depression yourself, what are some signs to know that you may be dealing with this issue? So if you are dealing with this and would like help with it, untangling it can be somewhat difficult, so coaching can be helpful in that paradigm. Obviously, a coach cannot do diagnostic work. If you need that, a counselor, psychologist, or psychiatrist is helpful in that way. But in any event, if you're just looking to process the emotions and learn coping mechanisms, coaching can be great for that purpose. Anyway, so if you're interested in reaching out, at PO Perception on Twitter and or the About Me section of this page can be helpful in that way. So the first one is no motivation. A depressed person doesn't see the purpose in just about anything they're doing, which ultimately means that they will often have very little or no motivation around anything they're doing. This could be related to family issues, this could be related to work-related issues, or previous hobbies they previously enjoyed. These individuals often feel hopeless, as though finding hope in any task, no matter how large or small, can feel overwhelming and almost feel as though it's almost a punishment because the action of realizing they're disconnected from the world feels so heavy that finding that doesn't necessarily feel like something that's within their reach, and then they feel helpless. So when a person is in that cycle and they don't understand what led them there, and or they are struggling to identify the things at which are causing them to go there on a continual basis, they can often feel helpless to change the pattern, partially because the pattern is, in fact, neurosynaptic in function, which ultimately means that the pattern is something that is leading them in a negative direction. So the next thing is they are looking at things as they're always tired. Both emotionally and mentally, they are tired, physically as well. So their body may hurt. They may have other health-related issues, migraines, difficulty sleeping, difficulty eating, nausea, vomiting, or other stomach-related challenges, physical tiredness, sleeping, oversleeping, or undersleeping, and just basically feel exhausted with nearly everything they do. Indecisiveness is the next thing on this particular list. They're indecisive in great part because they don't understand how to make a decision that they can believe in, because it feels as though no matter what they do, nothing ever improves. Therefore, the pressure of making decisions can negatively impact their ability to get joy out of life and or get to a place where they begin to understand that making those decisions has value for them long-term, short-term, or in any way in general. And this can become super overwhelming for a variety of reasons, which ultimately doesn't lead a person to where they want to go with things, but that inability to make a decision can often lead them to be taken advantage of, or indecisive in a way where they waste a lot of time. The last is they're constantly in fight or flight syndrome, and on a consistent basis, this can lead to emotional burnout, exhaustion, but also kind of a readiness for tragedy and trauma and drama to develop over a period of time, and ultimately leading to a direction that doesn't necessarily go anywhere except cyclically, and that can be extremely difficult for a person who is trying to improve their quality of life but doesn't know how to get there. The stress is constant and often undiagnosed. Undiagnosed meaning they don't necessarily know where the stress is coming from, they just know that it's constantly there and they don't know how to get rid of it. This may make them irritable and difficult to deal with, or socially withdrawn to the point where they don't have any sort of communication or consistency with communication with those that usually they get along with well. This can lead to a great deal of social isolation and other related problems. All of these are indicators of issues with depression hidden or underdiagnosed or underwhelmed. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.